Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. Today we've got an unboxing video. Don't all get your hopes up, it's not a tree. It's related to bonsai though. It's been something I've been thinking of getting and putting off because I don't think it will get used much. But the use I'll put it to will hopefully be beneficial. So what have we got then? What we've got is a new rotary tool, or a rotary tool. I kept looking at getting, you know, a cordless one, battery powered, but once you start looking into them, you actually find that the ones that go at a reasonable price have got a very low power motor in them. You know, driven by a low voltage battery basically. And when you get up to sort of like 12 volts, which is reasonably substantial and would be enough power probably, the price rockets, it goes right up. So I've got a mains one on the grounds that I don't know where I'll use it, probably out in the garden, and I've got an extension lead. So, you know, I can take the power with me. And, you know, we'll have a motor that won't slow down under load because it's driven by mains power. So that's the unit, and it comes with gadgets, whatever that is. That's a gadget, and a guard to stop things flying around. That'll be useful because I haven't actually got any goggles. I might have to invest in some. And the other thing you don't get with the battery powered ones is one of these, which I would say is pretty essential. Not quite sure why that's sealed in. It's probably to stop it rattling around. Yeah, to actually have a tool on a flexi hose, I'd say, you know, for the sort of work you're going to do on bonsai is essential really, because it means you're working with like a pencil, as opposed to working with something that could be that's quite heavy, could be deemed a bit clumsy, or delicate, you know, carving type work. I can't believe that what that's actually for. Although it does look like it's the instructions on how to use it, how to fix it, you know, so to get it going sort of thing. So perhaps we'll put that somewhere safe then. No, it's just the fact that it's all stuck on, you know, sort of. Never mind, it'll come off. Anyway, so that's got the flexi thing that you don't get with the battery powered ones, and that just shows that obviously there just isn't anywhere near as much power with a battery powered one to be able to drive something like that. And then you've got whatever that is, that's sanding discs I think, as is that. And then you get a box of things to use. And again, this model had quite a good assortment of these. Don't quite know what those are. They look like little electrodes. Anyway, there is a user manual. Got these little polishing discs. These will never get used for me. You know, these are for polishing sort of metal and things like that. Well, can't see me using them. Again, sanding discs. Those might come in useful for use on wood. And you've got some cutting discs here. So that, you know, that could be useful for carving out, you know, more thicker pieces. You've got these stone-headed grinders, and there's some drills in there, and there's some things like this, if I can get one out, which obviously take a reasonable bit of wood off at a reasonable rate. So we've got a box of bits suitable for dropping all over the floor at some point, I'm sure. Anyway, that's my new gadget. The first thing that's going to get used on is the shari and gin on my Scots pine lightning strike, because that's got quite dull, and the bark, or the layer inside the bark, is starting to grow over the shari. So that'll be its first job, will be to cut that back again. Anyway, so that's my new toy. It's funny, these things come out quite easily. They never go back in as easy, do they? I think that's where it came out from. It sort of clips in. I don't know, so in theory it should go back from whence it came. And then in under there, with the instructions on there, how to fix it to the unit, no doubt. Oh, there we go. Goes back in there okay. And this big bit goes there. Something like that. The cables and plugs on in these sort of affairs, they never work properly. You always end up with the lid won't shut. That one went there somewhere. Something like that, and hopefully the lid will shut. But you know what these things are like. The plug's sticking up. It's always the plug that gets in the way. Now it's this that's in the way. Gotcha. Right, so that's my new toy, and along with my, I've got a large powerful drill, but that's not really for bonsai, so that's just part of an expanding toolkit really, but this one has some specific purpose in the bonsai world, so there we go. Not ridiculously expensive. I mean, you can pay a couple of £100 for these sort of things. Well, you can if they're called Dremel. If they're called rotary tool, they're half the price. Do the same job. So there we go. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget the old whatnot. See you again.